I decided to change shots because, let me give me a little, because uh, the wolf, no longer storm, somehow attracted the wolf once I got to Danville, Illinois. It's the wolf right here. This is another vision that God gave to me following the second vision after 1998. This vision here was of November 2000, destruction of the Twin Tower Trade Center uh, foretold by God. What it was, God had given me a vision concerning this matter of destroying the World Trade Center. And when He gave me this vision concerning this matter, before Bin Laden came over here and destroyed this building as they allege, it's foretold by God through the vision that He gave me, connected me on to Ezekiel chapter 9, where He said, call the every man with his destroying weapon over, call him over here, start in my house first, in Ezekiel chapter 9, and Daniel chapter 8. So this was the vision. I decided I would take and try to do my utmost best to show you what the vision was. The year of November 2000, as I had went back to Fayetteville momentarily, I left Danville and went back there momentarily. This before I was driven out of civilization. But just to rest a little bit. And I spent the last 3 or 4 months in Fayetteville, Arkansas once again, not in Pine Bluff this time. While there in November 20th, before I returned back to Danville, God gave me another vision concerning the wolves. As I slept that night in my bed with my head upon my bed, face down, I had this vision. I was driving a 1955 or 56 Oldsmobile. It was two-tone. It was white and was blue with the blue bottom with the white top. As I was driving this vehicle east on this roadway, which I got symbolized by this in the right lane here, I came to a large bridge that went over into a large body of water, but I didn't see where the bridge stopped or not. But instead of me crossing the bridge, I turned right on the west bank of this large body of water. The bridge went out into the river, or stream, or what it was, but I didn't see whether or not it went all the way across because I didn't see the other side. Well, I decided to make, faith was taking me here for some strange reason. I made a right turn here on this off-road onto a nice roadway traveling south. Well, I was on the west bank of this river, the way I was traveling, but the east bank I couldn't see because the water was so broad. As I began to drive south on this roadway after I made a turn, after traveling east, my vehicle stalled, went dead. And me on this road by myself, was nobody there with me, no other vehicles. But as I got ready to open my vehicle door to get out to see what's wrong with this vehicle, some strange thing happened. Two of my aunts appeared behind this vehicle. One, the old one next to my mother, and the younger of the two. Well, they began to push, and I got back in and began to guide, and I saw one vanish to the right first. The eldest of the two vanished to the right. And as I continued to guide, and I kept looking, and I said, Lord, these my aunts, they're old, but they got a lot of strength. And I looked and kept looking at my rear mirror. She was pushing me southward, trying to help me get southward wherever the journey was taking me, which I knew not of, but it was strange for us taking me this way. Well, a few minutes gone by, and I was amazing, kept looking in my rearview mirror, and she vanished to the right. Then, with nobody in a strange area, didn't have anybody but myself, I was alone. no one to help me. So I decided to get out and check the vehicle, and I raised the hood, and these vehicles then had points. I found the points had been burnt in the distributor, and I took and filed a point with some sandpaper I had retrieved from the glove compartment of the vehicle. Once I completed this task and restarted the engine of this vehicle, I began to drive farther south down the roadway. Excuse me, because I didn't have enough room to show you this. And once I drove in down the road further, the roadway turned into a sandy beach, a sandy beach, and it was too. And my vehicle became stuck in the sand. There was a dense vegetation to my right. There was this bank of water to my left. And I was going south, and I decided to look to see was there any way I could turn around and walk back, because I didn't know the destination. But when I looked behind me, I saw a wolf stalking me. A wolf-looking dog. I didn't know whether he was a wolf or tame dog or a wild dog. So the thick vegetation to my right on this left was dictating I couldn't turn right. I couldn't turn left because of this large body of water, and my path was being dictated by this wolf that was stalking me, part which I guess carried over out of the other dream. Well, as it was getting late in the evening, it seemed to be, it was gloomy and darkness of the day, the evening, I began to get in trouble because of this dog was standing at a distance behind me, this wolf-looking dog stalking me. And I said, Lord, I said, I didn't know. So I said, looked up, happened to look ahead of me, seeing this forest in front of me, and I had to go through this forest, and it became trouble. But I saw a tree sitting close to the water, which was a tall oak tree which had been dead for a long time, and it had little or no limbs on it, but it had a broke off top where it had broken off at the top like a crown. And I said, Lord, I said, maybe there's a coon nesting up in that tree. If I could take and shove the dead tree over into the water, and just maybe that coon, if there's a coon in the nest up there, go and retrieve the coon, he'll leave me alone. And I can continue my journey. Well, as I went and put my back against the tree, I shoved over no problem. It fell off in the water. I got it right here. Instead of one coon emerging from the hollow spot up there, it was two coon emerged. In other words, these was twin coons because they shared the same nest. So this, I'm going to explain this as I go. So if this was twin coons up in this tree, that means what was going to be brought down, the tall structure that God had ordained to bring down, came in a way of twins. The same as these two coons were found nesting in the exact same nest. Well, after I shoved the tree over, the coons emerged out of the tree. And I said, just maybe this is not all a wild dog after all. Just maybe the dog is a tame dog, and just maybe he would go out into the water and retrieve both coons. He would bring me one and keep one for himself, because I didn't know how long the journey, and I had no food. I said maybe, just maybe, but as I looked back at the wolf-looking dog and turned my head to look at the twin coons that he was supposed to go get, the two coons had transformed themselves into three giant snapping turtles, vicious snapping turtles, and they were swimming towards the bank, snapping their giant mouths, as if they were vicious, and they became angry, as if they was angry because I shoved them out in the water. Well, as it came, I said, no, dogs do not eat snapping.